Boom! Welcome to Midnight Setch and Espanol. We got Lily over here in the house. What's up, Lily?
What's up? Woohoo! I'm like excited to be here because we've got some stuff for you guys today.
Oh man, do we have some stuff it's been it's funny because it's been like a crazy week and we got like all this stuff coming on that it's like, wow, it is really crazy. Le queremos decir la bienvenida a toda la gente que nos va a seguir de Midnight Edge. Pronto ya están los koalas en la lluvia y vamos a divertirnos un poco. Tenemos un poco de gente ya llegando. Let's see. All right. So we got Amazing Becasero, gente, Just Bolt, my brother. And we also have Carlos Alfredos Lopez. Dile hola a todos. And we got the man, D-Bot Martin says, Midnight Setch Ray. That's how you gotta say it, Lily. You gotta go Ray. Oh my gosh! So, so many things. You were on fire yesterday and the day before. You've been on fire all this week on Twitter. Whoa, you've been crazy on Twitter, just going off all the woke stuff, all the crazy stuff. But I don't know. I know this is going to be something cool, but this was something I think you reacted to, and it was something kind of crazy, and I think it's apropos. So this, I know that you saw this. So Looper decided to go after Critical Drinker and Erotic because they're complaining about the show, and they did take this down. Which was in kind of like a hit piece that they did. And they also targeted Midnight's Edge, I believe. Tom was talking about it just now. So let's see. Let's check it out, and then you tell me, because I know that you were following this also. So if you guys don't know, so this is Looper, and basically they did like a bit of a hit piece, and then they took it down for some reason. Why? Sure, no sé. Let's listen.
Some audience members have issues with the show's diversity and LGBTQ plus themes, and those should be dismissed. However, viewers should genuinely examine the legitimate criticisms the Acolyte has received. Cultural critics like the Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic have dubbed the show lore-breaking for its recent revelations, but their commentary isn't productive. Rather, it encourages bigotry and hatred over a show that's just getting started. And as always, rage bait and review bombings distract from actual criticism. In particular, episode 3 has proven to be controversial, and perhaps rightfully so.
What
Some audience members have issues with the show's diversity.
Yeah.
What the heck? What is that?
So apparently you can't make any kind of judgment on a TV show because you'll get labeled all kinds of things, even though when they're both talking about it and explaining how they feel about it, they're going into specifics. Because that's what I've seen a lot of these people say, like, oh, you guys are just trashing on the show, but you never say why. And it's like, yes, we do. You people just choose to ignore it. Like, seriously.
And you see it right away. You're like, okay, this should be dismissed. This is not right. They're almost writing the hit piece themselves. Like they're saying, okay, yeah, this is how it should be. We're just pointing it out how messed up you guys are. You know what I mean? It's like, what is this? Is this a story, or is this like a hit piece? And you can tell that somebody had enough common sense to say, okay, this is a hit piece. Let's take it down, right?
Yes, and the one whose video that I actually saw covering this whole thing was Raging Rhino, which, if you guys follow him on Twitter, he's also very vocal about what he has not liked that Disney has done with Star Wars. And he covered this. So he was also asking the same question, like, okay, you guys are so bold to put this out. Why retract it and remove your video if this is really how you guys felt? Or maybe, just maybe, you guys watched it again and said, maybe this is a little
It could be.
this was a little, you know, too much and disingenuous. And I also want to point out, because they specifically said that we, I guess, as a fandom, and Gary and Critical Drinker have an issue with them putting the LGBTQ and all this stuff in Star Wars. We don't have a problem with anyone being gay or LGBTQ or whatever. I mean, I'm kind of going to speak a little, you know, about everyone because I've heard them say it before. We don't have any issues with that. The issues that we have is that this is a show that's supposed to take you out of the real world. So if you start putting in all of the real world stuff, it's no longer escapism. Now we've introduced everything that we have here in a show where you're supposed to just relax and watch it and not think about what's going on in your life for a little bit. So it's just, I don't know. They find that's the excuse that I hear all the time. Well, you guys just don't, you guys are hateful. And it's like, no, oh my gosh.
We just want to be taken to a galaxy far, far away, not the galaxy around the corner.
Yes, and you can't say anything because they're like, we're like, yeah, Star Wars has politics, but it's not our politics. It's not real world politics. It's Star Wars politics. But you can't say anything because right away they're like, well, no, actually, George Lucas based this on, and it's like, oh my God, I'm like, really?
Right? So they're even putting out stuff like this, like Star Wars, you know, toxic fans, keep proving that their franchise biggest problem. You know, it was like, so the people buying the people going to see the shows, the people paid for merchandise, the people going to get the T-shirts and the mugs and the little hats, you know. Those are the I mean, I remember dressing up, you know, with my wife to go to the movies and see Star Wars. We're the problem because, you know, it's like, what is going on?
Yeah, we're the problem for pointing out how much they're breaking lore and how much they're changing things and how much it's backfiring for them that they keep telling us, oh no, we want to hire people that don't know anything about Star Wars. And it's like, yeah, we can tell they don't know anything about Star Wars because they constantly break the lore. And then when you point it out, they're like, well, actually, this never happened. And it's like, oh my gosh, like you can't win with these people. They just so much mental gymnastics just to try to justify their point when you're like, no, it literally breaks lore. Like the Anakin thing from last week where a lot of us pointed out that Anakin's no longer the first one who's conceived through the Force. And they're like, no, Anakin is still special because there's a difference. The twins were, you know, created by a person, but Anakin was specifically created by the Force. And it's like, oh my gosh. It's like the point is it's still the Force. And whatever you want to believe, I think in Legends, it was Darth Plagueis and Palpatine who were actually messing with the Force. And as a result, it created Anakin. So those two people were still involved, just like Mother, whatever her name is, Anastasia, I think, created the twins. It's still the same thing. But you tell these people and they're like, no, it's a totally different thing. You're just angry. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, that's
like,
the thing. They don't come back with lore. They don't come back like, no, what actually, you know, in this galaxy X, you know?
Yes, and I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about it. But like what happened yesterday with Master Ki-Adi-Mundi. That was a
my
major
gosh.
one.
Oh my
And
gosh.
already people are making excuses as to why we're all wrong.
Right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Right?
Guys, shout out to Magitech Mags. She's the one that
Right?
made this.
Shout out Magitech Max. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, I'm gonna have to culturally appropriate this.
Yes, yeah. So no, people are already making up all kinds of things. They're like, actually, his age has only been named in Legends, but in canon, we didn't have an age. So now they added one. So what happened last night is that Star Wars Theory actually said he caught it live that Wikipedia was changing everything while the show was still going on to justify all of these people not knowing what they're doing with Star Wars.
That's just crazy.
It's insane.
They were doing it live. They were doing it live.
Yeah, they were doing it live because I tweeted about it. And at first, when I thought about this, I was like, wait, Kiari Mundi was the one that was sitting on the council telling everyone, like, the Sith haven't existed for, like, you know, years or decades or whatever. And I'm like, wait. And then he appears on the show and you're like, did he just forget? Like, I saw a lot of people making fun of him and saying, oh, his species must be like a Joe Biden species. How do you forget a detail like that? And then there was a realization because someone replied to me and said, he shouldn't even be there. Like, he's not even born for another 40 years. And I was like, oh my gosh. Seriously? So then when I looked into it, yeah, no, they had given an age for him, and all of a sudden they changed everything up on Wikipedia. So now he's canonically in the Acolyte, but it still doesn't explain how he forgot to mention this at the council. So, yeah. And a lot of people now are like, well, wait, the show isn't over yet. We still have 4 more episodes. Maybe they'll explain that. Or maybe they don't and they just forgot because they don't know Star Wars.
Come on. You're just being unfair because you don't see how the witches are going to be able to, you know, wipe his mind and, you know, be able to do all kinds of stuff to make him forget how old he is and have him keep living. Or you see at the very end of the Acolyte, when the witches go on Wikipedia, it changes it. That's what it's going to be like at the end of it. It's going to be like, oh my gosh. Para la gente que no sabes, este es un personaje que estaba en el ataque de los clones, ¿no?
Phantom Menace too.
Phantom Menace también. Y en verdad lo que pasó es que lo incluyeron en este capítulo de Acolyte, el capítulo 4, pero obviamente los que están escribiendo el guión no realizaron que Espera no está vivo todavía. Entonces, lo que mucha gente se vio que estaban haciendo es yendo al sitio oficial, según de los fans, y cambiando la edad en que él nació. Y hay gente que en verdad los fans son lo mejor porque tomaron fotos y tienen evidencia que entraron al sitio y estaban cambiando cuándo nació y su edad. Entonces, oh my gosh.
Y lo estaban haciendo mientras la serie estaba ocurriendo.
Sí,
yo creo a alguien se le ocurrió que, esta edad no está bien, así es que ojalá mientras están viendo el show nadie se fije que estamos cambiando todo.
Y te hace saber qué tanto la gente está gustando el show, que también toda la gente pensó lo mismo. Enseguida que lo vieron dijo, wait a minute.
Sí, así estaba yo también, porque la primera cosa que se me ocurrió es que creo que era, Attack of the Clones, que este personaje mismo dijo, No, los Sith no han existido por décadas o muchos años, algo así. Y luego me quedé pensando, ok, entonces se le olvidó que esto ocurrió hace 100 años. ¿Cómo se le olvida un detalle tan grande como las brujas y las gemelas que las hizo la fuerza y todo eso? Luego ya alguien me respondió a mí y me dijo, es que él no debería de haber nacido todavía, y me quedé, oh my God. Y es cuando empezó a salir todo, que lo cambiaron en Wikipedia.
Por 1000 años. Se me olvidó.
Ya. Él mismo dijo eso.
Él mismo se olvidó.
Y luego también vi gente respondiéndome, pues a lo mejor es su papá y tiene el mismo nombre. ¿Really?
Es el tío.
Es el tío. O sea, esta gente todo el tiempo tiene una respuesta, pero es una respuesta tan tonta que me hace reír, no me hace enojar.
No manches. By the time of the Phantom Menace, he is a Force ghost, and his species does not live. Pastor Henrik, he's a Force ghost without summers. Es like, pobre, dice, ¿dónde está mi chera ahora? Acá tiene el bastón del lightsaber. Ay, pobre mijo, ven acá.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, so what is he gonna do? Is he gonna give like envelopes to the little Jedi younglings or something?
I know. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Sí, pero no, híjole. Y luego, mucha gente dice que estas son detalles chiquitas, pero para mí no son, porque lo que deben estar poniendo atención son los detalles chiquitos, porque entonces lo que hace es que afecta los detalles grandes. Como de esto, ahora qué vamos a decir, que Kiari Muli es un mentiroso.
Sí, no, es que cuando no miran esto y luego vienen y dicen, oh, es porque X. Entonces, pero por lo menos hagas eso antes de poner la serie, ¿no? No lo hacen después o cuando la serie está esta serie ya está filmada hace un montón. ¿Por qué lo tuvieron que cambiar mientras la serie estaba en el aire? Why would you change it right when the show starts?
Because
that's
it
the
just
problem.
Occurred to them. Yeah, it just
occurred to them.
Uh-oh, we messed up.
Hold up, something ain't right.
And what I want you guys to keep in mind, which I tweeted out yesterday, is that every time you watch this and there's a bunch of lore breaking, Dave Filoni signed off on all of this. So, lo que quiero que piensen cuando estén viendo esta serie y las otras series que están cambiando todo lo de George Lucas, Dave Filoni dio todas las, how do you say it?
Él firmó y dijo todo esto.
Sí, él firmó por todo eso y dijo que todo está bien. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, no sé. Y luego, oh my God, es que es un desastre. Aparte de que esta serie está bien aburrida, es un desastre.
Oh, es un desastre. Y es tan aburrida. Pero, Lili, no te preocupes. Es que están haciendo esto todo porque lo que van a hacer es salvar a la gente. Porque ahora Star Wars tiene pronouns.
Oh my
y
God.
eso va a salvar todo. Va a salvar al mundo. This is what you need. Once you have pronouns, the world is saved. You have pronouns in space.
Of course.
Somebody said like, I forgot what it said. Low, like dollar store Rocket Raccoon.
Oh yeah, like what is that little thing supposed to be? I don't even understand what he is, or like is he a Jedi too? I don't know. I wasn't paying enough attention to that part of it.
He's is he? Or is that, see, you already messed up, Lily. You have to say, is he or they with us? It's funny because it's like, it's he or they with us in the room or something. It's almost feel like they're gonna like, it's gonna like, oh, you know, I'm gonna call it, and it's gonna appear somehow behind you. It's like a
But
ghost.
that's really, but I thought that was just really dumb. Like they didn't need that. They could have just, I mean, they really didn't need that. You know that they put that scene in there just to include the pronouns, which is the weird part. Because honestly, you could take that scene out and everything would be okay.
It just doesn't make any sense. That's the problem with a lot of the show. It doesn't make sense. I mean, I was thinking about, like, they had, oh my gosh, they like, why are these two friends now? Right? When did they get close? This was the whole Chewbacca Rey thing. It's like, when are they like super close? I guess, wait, we're gonna see that in the next episode.
Oh, you didn't see what Culture Crave put up about these two today?
No, what did they do?
That apparently Daphne Keene's character, the one with the like face makeup,
X-23.
Yes, X-23, that she has a crush on Osha.
Oh, well, at least she's always for safety, and you know.
Yeah, so that's their latest thing. That, which I was watching the episode last night and I didn't get any of that, so I just thought they were being friendly. So I guess I was wrong, because apparently people of the same gender can't be friends anymore.
No, can't do that. Can't do that. That would be considered. I don't even know what that would be considered, because I'm not the correct audience for this.
No.
But, oh my gosh, what is this? This is like a galaxy far away, but it's not. They just want to make it so boring. But even the expressions, everything is, the show's so boring. And I was talking to my wife about this, and we were like, because she can't watch it. She's like, I try to have her watching, and she's like, I can't do this. Why are you even showing this to me? She's like, this is like a play, you know, like some kind of rural play somewhere. And she can't believe, she's like, this is not Star Wars. And we're just like going through myself, oh my gosh, what the heck is this? And it's just so wooden. It's just so crazy. And she's like, I told her about the Wookiee, and it's like, oh, a Jedi Wookiee, a Jedi Chewbacca, you know, because we were joking that how Baby Yoda was like Baby Yoda to us, because we're like, we're not going to call it anything else. That's what we call it. So she was like, oh no, Chewbacca Jedi, right? So we're like, oh, it's going to be a Chewbacca Jedi, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, cool. But then it's like, you kill him off screen. Sorry, spoiler, guys, because you guys are not watching this. Come on, you're watching.
Let's be real. You guys aren't watching it.
you guys aren't watching it. There's no spoiler. There's no spoiler. It's just, she's like, what? I'm like, they kill him off screen. Not even. They didn't even have. You have this character. You spent a lot of money on this costume. The actor seems like it's a good actor. You know, you show them like it's a mystery. You have them, and then all of a sudden, boom! You're like, oh, he's dead off screen, like in a weird way. And I'm like, what are you even doing?
Which is, to me, really dumb, because don't you think this is where they should have taken advantage of the fact that people have wanted to see a Wookiee fight? Right. Because we've been hearing about how savage they are. Like, you know how Han makes that comment that he's like, oh yeah, sure, he'll let you win, and then he'll like rip your arms off. Right? Like, we've been wanting to see a Wookiee fight. They still didn't let us see a Wookiee fight.
That's just crazy. They just, you know, they have them like in a. I found a clip where I guess he does just do like a quick thing, and it might be coming later. But oh my gosh, it's just crazy, because you're like, you could have just done like a redemptive arc where he sacrificed himself and now he's a cool character, character, but you didn't even do that. Who's writing this? I mean, I was watching Gary the other day on the stream, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's just crazy. You're like, what are you even doing here?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. It's crazy. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, this is just frustrating from start to finish. And this episode, honestly, okay, I'm not justifying that, like, okay, this show, you should watch it or whatever. It's boring. It's not as bad as last week. That was just a really cringe episode. But this one was just boring, like super boring. And then finally something happened the last like minute, and then it ends.
Yeah, it was like, so why did you run around so much?
Yep. No, and then that kills me too, because wasn't May and the other guy there like way before the Jedi got there, and they said they had been running for hours and hours and hours, and then the Jedi got there and caught up to them in like 5 minutes?
Well, there's no time in this thing. You know, the things happen and they don't happen. It's like, you know, 1 second you're there, 1 second you're not there. There's no way. There's no track of time in this whole show. The pacing is just horrendous, and it just feels like that's the way they're trying to do it. They're trying to make it seem like, oh, well, this is the pacing. It's meant to be like that. You know, I'm going to filter in. I'm going to filter out. I'm going to come in. I'm going to come out. And it's like, well, it's art. You know, look at the shots. And you're like, okay. And the just everything. I mean, oh my gosh, the Smilo Ren thing, which, what are they officially calling him? I think he's got like an official thing now. Oh, sorry guys. I think we lost Lily. She's having a problem with her connection, and her computer cord, I think, went out. So she's gonna try to join us in a little bit. And
she's gonna move to another computer, and she's back. Hola todos, and I'm out.
Super awful, because I had to switch computers. For some reason my other one isn't charging, and it's the one with the nice camera, so sorry.
It's, you know, it's girls, man. Girls look good no matter what camera they use. Us, we look all retarded, even in the best camera. It's like we get like the really good angles, all things like, what do you look like? Did you make that face on purpose? As my wife always says, and I'm like, what do you mean make that face on purpose? I was trying to get my good side. But I thank you, Carlos, for you'll break your marriage if you try again, Fletcher. Leave your wife out of this.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Well, no, thank you. Thank God that we pray all the time. But no, bro, she's not even. I mean, I tried just as a fun thing, and she wasn't even having it as a fun thing. It was like, no, no. We already had a Wookiee Jedi, Lowbaka, who was Chewbacca's cousin, introduced in 1996. Wow, that's cool. You know, I love it when it's like when guys come up and it's like, dude, nah, see, remember? But that's when Star Wars was fun. When you're like, yeah, then you have all those arguments like, well, what if, you know, there's people in the Death Star and, you know, all this kind of stuff. And you're like, I mean,
well, we had a little Jedi in the Clone Wars too.
Yeah, what was that one? I remember.
But yeah, they had like a whole arc with a bunch of children Jedi, and they were telling us like their story and how they make their lightsabers and all that. And there was a little Wookiee Jedi. I know his name.
Oh wow. I was like, you know, but you have no, there's no buy into the characters. I feel like, like they don't even like these characters themselves, right? Doesn't it feel like that? It feels like, oh, I don't really enjoy this character myself. It's just crazy.
Sorry.
What was that? Oh, that was your
Gunji. There you go, Gunji. Yes. And they were.
Oh, somebody had it?
Yeah, somebody put it in the chat. It says Gunji. Oh, hey, Max is here. Yeah. I think she totally missed when we used her meme.
Oh, okay. We did use your meme. We culture appropriated that. That's for sure.
Yes, we culturally appropriated it. And that one took off too. Oh my gosh. I think she got over like 3K likes on that meme as well.
I'm sorry, but this one I saw today, and I think this one is like it. And I was like, I'm going to have to culturally appropriate that one.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. I got 66. Oh my gosh. I got 66 problems and a witch ain't one. Wait, where do they get these things? It's like, it's fine if you put them in. I heard Ryan talking about this and saying like, oh, the witch is Boromir, and it's this, and it's like, okay, I got it, but this is not well written. It's not introduced properly.
No, it's just what these people don't understand is that, yeah, I thought that all of last week too. Like, well, there's witches in Star Wars. Don't you know about the Night Sisters? And it's like, yes, but there's a difference of how you introduce characters, and the way that they introduced these random witches was just so lame. I'm sorry, but like the Night Sisters were so cool. And you get a backstory to them, like why they're there, why they're more powerful than the men on the planet. And with these, it's just like, oh, these random witches that are on this planet because apparently the people like them are frowned upon in the universe and whatever. Like, okay. And like they didn't give us a backstory. They just started changing stuff. Yeah, they're like, right, guys, it's no longer the Force. It's the thread now. And guess what, guys? It's like, oh, no, just stop. Just stop.
Oh my gosh. That's the thing. I wanna listen to it in Spanish, maybe listen to Spanish, Portuguese, and stuff, other languages. Because what do they call them? What do they call in the thread? Is I want to know. I mean, are they calling it el hilo? It's like, what? It's like, it's so lame.
Has anybody in the chat watched it in Spanish? I mean, we know you guys to begin with are not watching it.
Yeah, that's the main one. Si alguien lo está viendo en español, si nos puede decir qué están llamando por lo menos la fuerza que se llaman de las brujas, porque en inglés se traduce en verdad el hilo, que están, como le están diciendo, esta es nuestra versión de la fuerza, ¿no? Entonces, esto es lo que pasa por el universo, toda la gente está conectada, bla, bla, bla. ¿Por qué Palpatine o cualquier otro Jedi, Yoda o algo había escuchado de estas brujas? No se sabe, pero según ellas están conectados en todo el universo, y todo es conectado por esta fuerza que le llaman el hilo. Y entonces queremos saber si hablan español y si la están viendo. Si están viendo, oramos por por ti. Pero, ¿qué se llama en español? ¿Qué le están diciendo?
Yeah.
¿Qué le dirían, no? No sé.
Y honestamente, si no teníamos que hablar de esta serie, yo ya no la estaba viendo, no estaba interesada en nada, pero como tenemos que hablar de ella, pues claro que la tengo que ver, pero no.
No.
Honestly, if we weren't covering it, I wouldn't even be watching this. I pretty much struggled through all of Ahsoka, and I wasn't excited for this at all. So I gave it a chance. I said episodes 1 and 2 weren't terrible. They were just very boring. And then, of course, everything went off the rails in episode 3. And then episode 4 is super boring again.
Oh, boring.
And then, of course, they had more lore breaking. So it's just a mess. And then people were really mad at me last night because I posted the clip of when we first find figure Maze Master or whatever. Because there's a shot of like a close-up of her, and then in the background you just kind of see him like float in very, very slowly.
Oh yeah. It's what was that? Remember that horror movie? What was it? The Mothman.
Yeah.
Right.
So everyone was like, "You didn't get it. That was super creepy. It's scary."
So
like,
scary.
No, it wasn't. And then everyone was like, "Well, Dooku did that in the Clone Wars, and Darth Vader did that in a video game." And I'm like, yes, but listen to yourselves. If Darth Vader's approaching you very slowly, you know that's because he knows he's gonna kill you in the next 2 seconds. And like Dooku is a badass. That's why whenever they do it, it's cool. But in this, it was like, oh my God, this guy took like 50 seconds just to get there, and none of the Jedi reacted. How?
Oh, because he's more powerful in the threat.
Yeah, not until he was like right next to Osha did everybody go, and then they took their lightsabers out. It's like, really? Oh my gosh. Like, I know a lot of people would be like, you're just nitpicking things now. And it's like,
how's that nitpicking? It's like, it's almost like when Max says they float now. I can hear it in like the shill's voice. He Vader. He's like, they float now, right? It's like, what?
Yeah, and it's like I'm saying, the thing is that Vader and Dooku have already been established characters that we know they're vicious and scary, but we know nothing about this character. So his entrance being that slow and uneventful tells me nothing about them. I'm like, really? And then all of a sudden he like force pushes everybody and super powerful, and it's like, okay, weird. I don't know what they did there, but if they really wanted to make it like a horror movie, I would suggest that I don't know, maybe they get there, the Wookiee like tries to run out and they're like, yeah, he's still alive. Like the blade goes through him, and then the Wookiee falls and this guy is just standing there. That would be a horror movie, and that would be really scary. Then I'd be like, oh man, he took on a full Wookiee and the Wookiee was trying to actually escape. This guy must be really serious.
But no, you can't do that.
No.
Amazing Becky Soto dice, en español, la Acolyte se llama el asco toilet. I think that's what they call it in French too.
Oh my God.
C'est Acolyte, c'est asco toilet. Toilet.
But it's wild how people just try to justify this stuff. I don't know what they're drinking that they. This entrance was better than someone like Darth Maul. Darth Maul's entrance, his epic entrance, people are saying that this was better than Darth Maul.
What? That's crazy.
And I'm just like, I'm willing to listen.
I guess I'm frozen.
Oh,
Am I frozen? Can you hear
Sorry.
me? Lily?
It's probably Lucasfilm trying to.
I know, right? It's like
shut it out down.
It's like, shut it down. I can't. But yeah, this one's gone. You know, sorry everyone. I think it was my cord coming up, but we're back. If you guys can hear us. But it's our fault, Lily. It's our fault that all this stuff is happening. It's our fault that that this show is failing.
I have no idea what's going on. Sorry, guys.
No, it's all right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know why now my internet is doing this.
Oh, it's cool. I think. Yeah. Now, see, that's what I'm saying. You know, girls, they get frozen, and you're like, oh, that's a cute smile, and you're frozen. You know, I'm frozen. It's like, you know, tongue sticking out. I look like that thing over there in the corner. Oh, but they're saying that the Acolyte, si no vieron, están diciendo que el Acolyte, la razón que tiene un rating un poco baja, más baja que cualquier show de Disney, es porque nosotros, los que estamos viendo el show, somos tóxicos y somos gente que en verdad no entiende el show. Y la gente ahora de Forbes está diciendo que es un poco raro que no entendemos porque obviamente somos boludos. But it's according to Forbes, the Acolyte's 50% audience score is embarrassing for the audience's scorers. That's us, Lily. If you give it a score, it's you don't understand this. You know?
Yeah, I don't understand this.
How do you understand this? You know, you buy the merchandise, you've seen the movies, you enjoy, you read the books. You know, you just don't understand what they're trying to do. You're stupid. You know, in the worst sense, I guess. But I think, isn't it 14 now?
Yeah, I think it's 14 now. It keeps going from like 14 to 15. But
oh my gosh.
This is ridiculous. And I'm really surprised though, because Forbes in the past has come out and like said some things about Kathleen Kennedy before. So I don't know. I don't know why now they're defending Lucasfilm and Disney again. Their check must have, you know, actually gone through or something.
Yes, and somehow the check didn't clear, and they obviously didn't pay their dues, because now they're like, oh, by the way, hey, you know, you guys aren't the best now. Other outlets are like, you guys are toxic, and it's a shame because we feel like they're attacking the wrong person. Instead of attacking, you know, the multi-million-dollar corporation, let's just go after fans. And it's not a good look because it's not going to help your brand at all.
Yeah, that's true.
You guys aren't going to.
Estaba diciendo que me sorprende mucho que Forbes esté hablando así de Disney, de The Acolyte, porque creo que fue hace un año, a lo mejor un año y medio, que sacaron un artículo que estaban diciendo muchas cosas de Kathleen Kennedy, pero no cosas buenas. Y por eso no sé por qué ya cambiaron totalmente lo que piensan y los están defendiendo de nuevo.
Sí, y en verdad lo que está un poco raro es que estas compañías antes tenían por lo menos un poco de valores en decir la verdad y no ver que si ves el show vas a ver que el show no es bueno, vas a ver que el show tiene problemas, y hacer algo un poco más con valores para decir lo que veo en el show no es algo que vale la pena para ver, no es algo que da sentido. Y luego vas a decir, oh, bueno, pues los fans son tóxicos por no entender esta brillante obra de arte. Porque si pones el rating del show como crítico en 80, estás diciendo que este show es tan bueno como Breaking Bad, como Los Sopranos, esos shows que en verdad tienen gran, gran escrito, gran actores, son legendarios. Estás diciendo como crítico, como periódico, que el Acolyte es igual que eso. Come on. ¿O no? ¿O no, Liz?
Yeah. No, sí es cierto. Es lo que no entiendo yo. Por eso, cuando me pongo yo a ver lo que están diciendo los críticos, el trabajo de ellos es es decir la verdad. Mucha gente sí les hace caso, y si te dicen que algo es bueno o algo es malo, mucha gente dice, ok, sí lo voy a ver, dijeron que es bueno. Y ahora ahora si dicen los críticos que algo es bueno y la audiencia dice que está malo, les hacemos más caso a la audiencia que a los críticos. Y para mí no debe de ser así, porque también deben de decir la verdad. Y cuando yo veo que, The Acolyte, un 90% por los críticos, y luego la audiencia tiene un 15%, ¿a quién le vas a creer? Esos números no están ni juntos para nada.
No da sentido. Amazing Baking Soda también dice que hace 3 días escribió un review, entonces le dio un review negativo, pero lo escribió con una lengua limpia y no se encuentra. Quiere decir que muchos de estos reviews se están escondiendo y es tan mal, que quiere decir que el rating más que seguro es menos que el 14 que está.
Oh, sí, yo pienso que sí. Y también se me hace muy raro que también el 84% de los críticos no ha bajado. Creo que están haciendo algo como lo hicieron como The Marvels, y creo que The Rise of Skywalker, una de las películas de los sequels, que ahí they froze it, ahí lo dejaron, no dejaron que bajara ni subiera, y ahí se quedó. Porque para mí no les creo que todos estén pensando igual, que todavía sigan 84%. Ya debería de estar como en 70, algo así. Pero no, I'm pretty sure they're freezing that score, the 84% for the critics. I honestly don't believe that it hasn't gone up and it hasn't gone down. It's just frozen there. So that to me is suspicious, because at least the audience score keeps going from like 15 to 14, and then it'll go up to 16 and then back to 14. And so you know that there's activity there. But the one for the critics is frozen. It hasn't moved.
Yeah, it's so stupid. You can't make this stuff like that. So they did Kino reviews right. They destroyed the IP they bought. You wasted so much money on this. It's so stupid. I can't believe they did so bad. But let's talk about a franchise that wasn't destroyed. Well, it was almost destroyed, but they brought it back, and they did a good job of it. Which is one of your favorites this season, which is House of the Dragon Rules.
Oh my gosh. Season 2 has not disappointed. There's only one episode out. I hope you guys are watching it. If you're not, I encourage you guys to start, obviously, with season 1 so you can go into season 2, but it's not disappointing whatsoever. There's only a part that, like this, that the fans were a little upset about, and I agree. I agree to an extent that this scene didn't play out as dramatically as it did in the book. And I think that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
So the show premiered on Sunday. People were saying that the ratings were a little bit low. And, usually that's what happens when the shows come out sometimes. But it still had massive views. and completely positive, reviews in a sense. Can you tell a little bit of like the expectation, from where we left off from season 1 to season 2?
Just warning everybody, I'm gonna be talking about spoilers. So if you don't want to hear the spoilers, obviously you know what to do. So last season we ended off where Aemon Targaryen was kind of playing a little game with Lucerys and his dragon Arax, where they were just trying to scare them. But Vhagar, if you guys know kind of a little bit of the lore, Vhagar is one of the biggest dragons in House of the Dragon. This dragon has seen a lot of war. So clearly, while Aemon thought that he was just playing around with Lucerys and Arax, Vhagar didn't see it that way. Vhagar ends up killing Lucerys and Arax. So that's where we left off, where Daemon walks in and starts telling Rhaenyra about it, and show ends. So this one picks up where Rhaenyra's kind of she doesn't have any evidence to see that her son is actually gone. So you kind of see her going through the stages of grief throughout the entire show. She's not present. Everyone's questioning, and they're like, where is she? She's our queen. She's supposed to be, telling us what the next call is. What are we doing? Are we going to war? Are we waiting? And she's grieving. She's a grieving mom. So finally, during this one of the scenes, one of the wings of Arax washes up on shore, and attached to it is Lucerys's clothes, like his cape, I think. And what was even sadder to think about also is that Arax was actually a baby of Rhaenyra's dragon, Syrax. So there's two moms that are grieving in this scene. And it's super sad. So finally we get to Rhaenyra, where she finally walks in and everyone's like, oh, she's back. And literally this entire episode, she says nothing. You just see all of her expressions. She's a great actress. Oh my goodness. She walks in to the war room and all she says is, I want Aemon Targaryen. That's all she says throughout the whole episode. Craziness. So then this leads into the events of what happened, where the fans were a little upset about this scene. So Daemon, I saw a lot of really funny memes going around that when Aemon puts on his black hood, something bad's about to happen within the next 10 minutes. And
oh my gosh.
So he goes back to King's Landing. He talks to someone that he knows, and he starts telling them about a plot that they want Aemon Targaryen dead. So he goes and finds someone else too, and these characters are referred to as Blood and Cheese. And what Daemon tells them is, all right, I need you guys to find Prince Aemon. He should be easy to find, long silver hair, only has one eye. This is a son for a son. So these two, oh my gosh, they can't find Aemon. So they figure that finding anyone in the royal family will do. They just need to find someone's son. So I'll talk about the TV show first. In the TV show, they get to Helena's room. Helena is actually the daughter of Alicent and Viserys. I know this is gonna get all crazy, so hopefully you guys are following along. I'm like, pull up a little like family tree or something if you guys
are,
because all the names and everything are all crazy. So Helena's their daughter, but she's married to their son, Aegon. So in this TV show, they only have 2 children, and that's Jacaerys and Jacaera.
What? Who names this thing?
Names are insane. So when they get into the room, they basically make Helena choose. They're like, all right, we're here for one of your children. Which one's the boy? Because obviously Jacaerys is going to be the heir to the throne. So they need to get rid of him. So she tells them, and it cuts off to where we can't see anything, which I'm grateful for. You can hear the sounds where they're, yes,
Oh,
She picks up the little girl and she takes off with her to find Allison to tell her what happened. And that's where it ends. So at least if you guys are curious about that, we never see that. We don't see any of the gruesome scene. And thank you. I don't need to see that. It's a little kid. Hearing it is enough. But in my opinion, I mean, yes, this scene was really, really crazy, but it was way more dramatic in the book because in the book they actually have 3 children. So it's 2 boys and 1 girl. So when they come into the room, it's actually Allison's room. They have a ritual where before bed, the 3 children and Helena actually go visit Allison in her quarters to say goodnight. So Blood and Cheese know this, and they're already waiting. So they get to Allison's room. She's already bound and gagged when Helena walks in with the kids. So Allison's there as a witness too. And I think at this point they had already killed Allison's chambermaid. So she's gone. And then they make Helena choose between her 2 little boys. There's another thing that happens here too with the little girl, but I'm glad they left that out. I'm not even going to bring it up because it's sick. So I'm not even going to bring that up. But they make her choose between her 2 boys. And in Helena's head, she chooses the other little boy that's not set to inherit the throne because that's how she rationalizes it. She says, no, like you can't kill the heir, like kill this one. And they end up killing the one that's the heir anyway. So they don't do what she wants. And what happens after this is that it starts to, I mean, the little boy knows that his mom wanted him dead. Allison knows that she wanted him dead. The mom has to live with this for her entire life, that the child that she wanted to die is alive, knowing that she wanted him dead. And that starts to destroy her psychologically. And that's what makes it even more dramatic and cooler in the book. And as opposed to what they did in the TV show. Yeah, because in the TV show, it's like, oh, but then nothing really, she's not really, I mean, she's messed up because one of her kids just died, but she doesn't have to live with the fact that she chose, she chose one and he knows.
oh.
So it's just,
No.
that would have been way more, in my opinion, that would have been way more impactful. Seeing her get slowly destroyed by that and seeing Allison, I think they should have had Allison there. They should have played it out. And I think there was an article that I was reading that actually said the reason why they didn't do it that way is because they have child actors and they're very little. And when you have child actors like that, there's a lot of things that you can't expose them to on set, which I can understand. I can totally see that. You don't want to actually traumatize children. But I mean, editing exists and they have some pretty realistic dummies that they can make now. So I don't know. They could have gone that route too, because when we see them on the TV show, the 2 little kids are in cribs. So they're not really shown a lot. So I don't know. They could have just cut back and forth between editing and made it more dramatic, but I don't know. That was their excuse, that because they're working with children who are way too young, they couldn't do it.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. So if you had to like gauge it so far, I guess the first season, first episode, second season, first episode, how would you compare?
I think they're probably about the same. This one ended way more dramatic than season 1. I know my only criticism of season 1 was that it started pretty slow. So I think it starts to pick up more around episode 3. Like, don't get me wrong, it's setting everything up, and every single scene and every single word they're saying is important. It's just that there's not a lot of action happening. And I know a lot of people in their head are like, well, this is like dragons. Where are the dragons? So in that aspect, it starts off a little bit slow. So season 1, episode 1 versus season 2, episode 1, they're kind of on the same page, but the ending scene to season 2, I mean, that's dramatic. How do you top that? So they're kind of on the same pace. And I think it's going to start to pick up as more things happen, because officially in the TV show, I mean, they're going to war. War has already started. Both sides have already lost children. There's no denying they're going to go to war now. So you can kind of see everyone preparing their sides and sending ravens, trying to figure out who's on whose side. So they're setting all that up.
Mm. How do you feel, like the second, because the second episode is going to come on Sunday. And these episodes are over, it's almost an hour episode, right?
Yes. And I think some episodes are even going over an hour. They're not even an hour exactly.
Oh, wow.
So,
if you guys can't compare with the Acolyte,
no,
it's literally more expensive. And it's literally like, you get basically 17, 18 minutes of a show compared to House of the Dragon, which is over an hour.
Yeah. And if you're lucky, we get 30 minutes of the Acolyte. But with this one, yeah, it's for sure an hour. And sometimes in some cases, I know they put out an official time for each episode. Some of them go over the hour. So not all of them are an hour. Some of them are a little bit longer than that.
Wow.
So there's just no comparison. Even when you're talking about the sets, the costumes, everything looks like it's supposed to, versus the Acolyte, where everything looks so clean. It doesn't look like anyone's ever really lived there. The costumes just look really bad. Like, I don't know if it's their lighting that makes everything look too clean. That's been one of my problems with a lot of the Star Wars shows, even Ahsoka, even with the Book of Boba Fett, season 3 of Mando. Everything looks too clean. You don't believe that these people actually live in that world. Versus House of the Dragon, they set up the mood that everything 100% is believable. Their costumes look worn, where you can tell that the characters have been wearing them. They're dirty. Everything around them is dirty, just like you would expect it. You wouldn't expect everything to be super clean. And they just pay attention to these kinds of details, where in the Acolyte, pronouns are more important than whatever else is happening in the show.
It's fantasy versus, fan fiction, for real. Y si vas a decir en español, ¿cómo describirías este episodio breve en español?
Creo que empezaron muy, muy bien. Lo que estaba diciendo es que en comparación con el primero episodio de Season 1, a comparación con van casi igual. Claro que en Season 2, pues sí se acabó mucho más dramático con ese escena que vimos con los niños. Pero es el primer episodio, so todavía están tratando de decirnos qué está pasando, porque claro que ya va a empezar la guerra de los dragones. Entonces ya todos los dos lados, los verdes y los negros, están tratando de hallar a ver quién está en lado de ellos, cómo van a empezar a atacar. Entonces es lo que están haciendo ahorita. So no estoy enojada que no mucho pasó, porque también estamos viendo a Rhaenyra, que está tratando de pasar por esto, que acaba de perder a su hijo. Y ella, pues como madre, claro, le está doliendo mucho que acaba de perder un hijo. Y vemos mucho de eso de ella, que está completamente destrozada. O sea, ¿quién no? Es tu hijo. Entonces, ya la vemos al último poquito que no le está pasando, pero ya ella quiere completamente su venganza y quiere que le hayan a Aemond Targaryen, que es el responsable por matar a su hijo. Y ahí es donde se va todo muy, muy dramático. Y pues para mí no hay comparación entre esta serie y The Acolyte. Esta serie, todo el dinero que dicen que gastaron en esta serie se ve.
Se ve, sí.
En The Acolyte, no sé en qué lo gastaron. Realmente. Eso no nomás es para decir que soy hater, que no me gusta nada, ni no sé dónde se fue todo ese dinero. Es como Rings of Power. Lo ves tú y dices, ¿y todo ese dinero que supuestamente gastaron, en qué?
¿A dónde quedó? Oh, gracias. Sí, eso es lo que se pensó de el primer episodio de la Casa del Dragón. Sé que Lily está bien emocionada para ver el segundo episodio que va a ser el domingo.
Esa cara que estaba haciendo Daenerys, esa soy yo viendo The Acolyte. Así toda.
¿Cómo está? ¿Qué estoy viendo? ¿Qué?
Sí. Oh my gosh. Sí le di chance, ok. Sí le di chance. Dije, no voy a ser hater. Le voy a dar chance. A lo mejor sí me gusta. Y como dije, aparte de ser aburrida, es un desastre.
Bueno, una cosa que también me parece que la misma gente quiere que sea un desastre, pero no lo es una historia que está saliendo, que vamos a tener un nuevo juego de Zelda y mucha gente está enojado porque no estamos enojados nosotros. Los fans no están enojados porque nosotros no nos importa que podemos jugar a Zelda o podemos jugar a Link. Sabemos la diferencia entre los dos personajes. Pero Grumps en Twitter estaba diciendo, porque no sé si sabías, Lily, que Nintendo va a salir unos bastantes juegos nuevos en el nuevo console que están saliendo, pero nadie, como digamos, se está cayendo la gente porque parece que a la gente no le está preocupando que este juego va a salir y en verdad nos gusta. So basically what's happening is that Grumps has pointed out that the Wokies are not mad. They're mad that we are not mad, that we're finally getting a Zelda playable character. It happened before. If in a few games she has been a playable character, but you know, as he says, most gamers are super excited to play. As if the gamers hate women narrative was a big lie all along. And also, we're getting another woman lead in Metroid, and we love that too. Make good games with good characters, and we don't care about their gender. How hard is that? How hard is that? And how cool does this look?
Oh, that looks so cute.
It's so cute.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
Right? I'm excited to play this. Everybody wants to play this.
Almost as if you make good things.
What?
People aren't upset.
Oh my goodness.
Shock horror.
Shock face. You know, shocked emoji. I mean,
yes.
What?
And who wouldn't want this? Like, that's super cute. Like, anyone who knows me and follows me knows I'm not a gamer. I don't claim to be a gamer, but some of my friends are, so they're kind of teaching me a little bit more. So because of them, I know a little bit about it, but I don't see the issue with that either. I mean, give the fans what they want. Just make cool characters, make a cool story. People won't be upset. How weird.
How weird. Weird.
And that looks so cute. Oh,
doesn't it? It looks so cool. I think, let's see if I can pull, because they talked about this. I'm going to see if I can show the, bear with me, guys. Sorry. Sometimes the computer acts up. Trying to fix that. And what looks like is that they're not only, they announced a lot of games. So there's going to be a new Mario also. And so basically this is the article. Nintendo announces new Mario, Legend of Zelda games. First look in Metroid Prime 4. Nintendo fans were treated to announcements and trailers for games in some of the company's most beloved franchise. During the latest Nintendo Direct presentation, the video game company revealed that new Mario and The Legend of Zelda games and distributed their first trailer for the highly anticipated Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. During Tuesday's online event, the presentation kicked off with announcements for a new Mario game titled Mario and Luigi Brothership. And the new game, the adventurous plumbers and brothers find themselves in ship-shape island, part ship, part island, to navigate the world of Concordia. But they also allows The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. So the producer said this time around Link has vanished. Now it's up to Princess Zelda to step into the protagonist role. He's also teased a new gameplay style that breaks convention from past entries, which was revealed during the trailer with the device Princess Zelda receives an aid from her journey, the Tri-Rod, which she receives from a mysterious fairy named Tri. So I think, let me see if I can show the, lower the sound just because I think sometimes it's questionable. So this is basically the gameplay or the intro. Here we see Link.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
Right?
Look at them.
Right?
Oh
it's like you're already buying the figures.
yes, look at how cute
Right?
they are. Oh my gosh.
And the movement is so cool. Sorry guys, it's buffering. So I guess this is the intro play. Let me play with the Lord. So this is Link being disappeared. Oh no! See? And look at that, a hero. A hero's end, I guess, until we see him again.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look
Right?
so cute.
And look, she's in a dress. They didn't put like her in like a weird like, pantsuit or something.
Like armor and all this weird.
Right?
It's just being a girl that's gonna go.
Yeah. They didn't cut her hair and made it
No.
rainbow colored.
Oh my gosh, this looks cute.
How cool. How cool. Tell me that's not cool.
That's super cool. That looks so cute.
Right?
Well, it's because Nintendo, from what I've seen, actually pays attention to their fans.
Yeah. They actually care about their fans.
What a crazy concept that you'll get more money for putting out products that your fans actually want.
It's almost like magic, right?
It's mind-blowing what a concept that is.
Yeah, and supposedly, so this is the Metroid Prime, which is so this one also has a gender swap, I guess, character. So the first Metroid was a dude. So I guess this one's supposed to be a female Metroid, and so we're checking it out, and boom, awesome landing.
Oh, superhero.
Right, super. But how cool does she look?
Oh, she looks cool.
Right, and it's you got your first-person shooting style, so you have your official look through it. I'm sorry, this looks awesome. Why are we supposed to hate this?
You're probably gonna have the weirdo people that are like, why does she look so sexy in that? How can you see her body? And it's like, she's a woman.
You can't see her. You can't see her ribs.
Yeah, like we're not shaped like men. Sorry.
Like what? I mean, I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, that does.
Why are we supposed to hate on this? It makes
fun.
no sense. We're supposed to dislike this because she's a woman. I mean, so women can't have suits? I mean, they made it look like we're just terrible people. Para la gente que no entiende, en verdad lo que está pasando acá es que Nintendo está poniendo dos protagonistas que son mujeres, son femeninas, en estas producciones populares, pero en verdad son personajes que no nos importa si son mujeres o hombres, porque en verdad los fans lo único que quieren es tener un juego divertido, tener una película divertida. Nos queremos divertir, no queremos que los pongas en nuestra cara y digan, oh, mira, esto es lo que verdad tienes que no puedo hablar ya, enfocarse. Y esta es la que estoy más emocionada, porque este es como digamos, el Capcom Retro, que va a salir en Nintendo, PlayStation y creo que en Steam. No sé si has jugado esta en los arcade, Lily. ¿Sabes esta de los, como digamos, los clásicos de Capcom, que son títulos de como pelear, pero tienen X-Men, tienen como digamos X-Men contra Street Fighter, diferentes como juegos, pero eran populares cuando estaban en los tiempos del arcade, y ahora vienen en un estilo más clásico, pero vienen a consoles.
Sí, de eso sí alcancé a jugar. Yo me acuerdo porque sí tengo primos que son de mi edad, que allá nos dejaban en el mall y nos íbamos al arcade. Y entonces, pues, como yo era casi la única mujer con ellos todo el tiempo, pues, no tenía de otra. Y ahí también me tenían jugando todo eso. So, sí, me acuerdo mucho de eso. Street Fighter era uno de mis favoritos y me acuerdo que ya cuando teníamos el Nintendo en la casa, era un juego que le gustaba mucho a mi hermana. So, me acuerdo jugando ese mucho con ella.
Tu hermana te destrozaba, ¿verdad?
Sí, sí. Y luego mi hermano, pues por él, los X-Men y todo eso es lo que conozco también, pero no sé por qué a mi hermana en particular le gustaba Street Fighter.
Tu hermana destrozaba, pero ahí viene la hermana de Lily y tiene I got next.
Pues los dos nunca me dejaban ganar.
No, pero yo estoy bien emocionado de esto porque en verdad es una de esas cosas que uno se crió con estos juegos, y ahora jugar en los consolas nuevos está súper chévere. A mí digo, wow, esto se ve suave. Tienes todos los juegos que puedes jugar en un, como digamos, un bundle. Y en verdad va a ser divertido porque esos juegos son divertidos. Y qué genial eso, tener un juego divertido. Wow.
Oh, yeah. No, pero tienen que estar enojados ustedes con todo.
Tenemos que estar enojados porque no, así no son las cosas.
Yes. That looks exciting. That looks
Right?
cool. Yeah.
That
Poquito
looks
por
cool.
poquito estoy jugando más cosas. So, a lo mejor también estos.
Vamos a volver a Lily un Gamer en poco tiempo. Va a estar, sí, porque ya sabes, cuando eché el combo, no era de verdad. Entonces voy a echar el combo número 2 para que veas.
Sí, le echo lo que a mis hijos. Te digo que ellos son gamers y se agarran hablando de todas esas cosas y yo me quedo toda confundida, pero ya me explican y ya me hacen que juegue más cosas con ellos y por poquito.
No, y estaba viendo eso y no sé si viste Inside Out 2. Si se está mostrando, no sé.
Redirected
¿Qué?
in 0 seconds.
Okay, ahí está.
Vi la primera, pero no vi la segunda. No la he visto.
¿Y cómo te gustó la primera?
Oh, la primera me encantó.
¿Sí?
I loved it. Yeah, it was super cute. Me gustó mucho como tenía todas las emociones y todo. ¿Cómo se decía? The imaginary friend. Cómo lloré con el imaginary friend.
Okay, so basically this is saying that Inside Out 2 has really, really gone gangbusters. Record Tuesday for animated movie, 21 million plus 205 million, 380 worldwide. Second best sequel for Disney, and it's like, whoa, Disney's making a comeback. And a lot of people are talking about this, Louis. I don't know if you know that they're comparing it to Barbie. And that's why I really wanted to get your take, because you watched Barbie.
I did watch Barbie.
You liked at least the Ken part of it, the Knuff, because you know your side boyfriend. And the same audience that went to see Barbie went to see this movie, is what they're saying. So the numbers are saying that the basically it's not kids necessarily that are going, but mostly women that are going to see it. So they're saying it's like a Barbie effect in a sense. What do you think?
That's interesting, because I wouldn't figure that the audience that's watching Barbie is watching this.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But I guess supposedly this is what's happening, that a lot of the audience that basically made Barbie a hit, the massive worldwide hit that it is, because they made it kind of like, we're gonna, dress up, we're gonna go with the, las primas y las hermanas y todo el mundo, and go check out Barbie. I guess now are going to see this movie.
Yeah, and I say that only because the reason why I even saw the first one is because I have a little nephew who's 10 and the other one is 17. So when the first one came out, they were still little kids. So I think we all went as a family to watch the first one, but now they're older. And I mean, the 10-year-old, this doesn't really get his attention because it looks like it's too like girly for him.
Yeah.
He's not into this. Like, he'll probably, like, his thing is The Mandalorian and he loves Godzilla. So those are the things that he's attracted to right now. So without taking kids, that's the reason I didn't go watch it, because I don't have any children and my nephews are too old now. And I have a niece that's 20. She's not into this. So I don't see the connect between the Barbie audience and this. That's weird, because I can see Barbie. We all want to be girly. Like you said, we're dressing up, we're taking our friends. Yeah. Or it was the moms or the families that were taking their little kids. But with this one, I'm not going to reach out to like my friends and be like, hey guys, let's like go watch Inside Out 2. What? That's so weird.
Right?
Yeah.
But you liked it. I guess that's the thing. This is the audience that's going is, it's basically your age group and older. And I was like, whoa, that's interesting. And I guess a lot of people did have like a reaction. It's kind of like you're reliving childhood things, and that's cool. That's but it's like, it's not it's the kids, the teens and the preteens, they're not going to watch this. It seems like I think they're waiting for Despicable Me.
Probably.
I think that one is going to be more.
Yeah, because for me, it's like I said, it's kind of difficult to really be in the mood to watch any kids' cartoons now, because my nephews are too old now and it just doesn't appeal to me. I would rather be watching something else. So I don't know. That's weird. Did they come out with reviews to say if they ruined Inside Out too? Because I know there were like a little bit of things that people were worried about, that they were saying that Riley was going to have a crush on this new little girl that she met. Did that happen? Or
no,
did they
supposedly from what I heard and everybody that, saw the movie, was that there is no weird things about it. There's unusual things, like Riley is part of a hockey team in San Francisco that's an all-girl hockey team. So it's like, okay, that's unusual. I mean, if you put it in Canada, maybe, but San Francisco, but okay. And the little girls are very diverse, in the sense of, you have a Muslim girl, you have all kinds of different girl groups represented, but there's no I guess she has a crush on a anime character. I guess she has like a girl crush on a girl that's like the leader, so she kind of like does the whole young girl, I'm gonna it's not young girl, also guys do this, and the kids, they try to, I'm gonna go hang out with the cool kids, and maybe you neglect your actual friends to go, So I guess that's what they said. It's more, but there's no, okay, she's this. There was supposedly nothing overtly weird, right?
Well, maybe that's another reason why it did so well too, because word of mouth got around and people went to go watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, what came out along with it? Because what could explain what happened is that there's nothing else to watch and people just want to go watch a movie.
Mm-hmm.
This was the only thing that was out.
Yeah, and that's what it might be. But Magitech Max says, don't mind watching cartoons before the woke. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like some of this stuff just got a little crazy, and that's kind of where I feel that some of the stuff went, because I'm sorry, there's a side that got a little wacky, Lily, and I mean, it's weird because I was looking at this, and it's always the same kind of freaks that they try to call us freaks, but they had, oh gosh, where did I put it? So it was it's probably best not to put it up. And let me just describe it for you, maybe. And it's basically ladies saying that good and well that Riley is, has an attraction to other girls. And it's like I said, I heard it from Jonas and stuff, that it's not in the show at all. It's not something that's shown. It's not something that's talked about. And I was like, wait a minute, is that, because that's basically what we thought. As soon as we saw it, they're like, okay, they're gonna do something weird. And I guess they didn't do something weird, but I found it. So I guess it's this ladies are like, you cannot convince me Riley from Inside Out is straight. It's like, what? And it's right.
Do you realize they're talking about children? This is a child. Like, I don't understand how these things go through these people's head, and they think that that's okay. This is a child.
That's the problem. Let me get it out and stuff. Make the sign of the cross. It's like, right? I mean, you just...
That's the thing, though. That's the thing that these people hang on to. People of the same gender can't be friends anymore without people speculating that, like, oh, they're attracted to each other. Like, no, women can be friends with women, men can be friends with men without there being an attraction. We're just friends. Like, what? Every single time you see this, like with this cartoon, Riley looks up to this popular girl. That doesn't mean that she's attracted to her. She's acting like in the trailers, she's acting like she's nervous. And of course she's acting nervous because she's a child. She doesn't know how to get herself under control when she's talking to someone who she sees as like, oh my gosh, that's who I want to be. Because she's cool, she's popular, she can play hockey. It's just like, they're little girls. They can just be little girls. She looks up to this. That's it.
Right?
And these weirdos right away run with it. And then they wonder why we call them weirdos. It's like, you're talking about
You're
children.
talking, right? You're talking about kids. Jesus Davila says, children can't be depicted as innocent anymore. What is that? It's children.
Let kids be kids.
Let
I don't
kids be
understand
kids.
this. Like, okay, if it was I don't know, something animated with 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, okay. But this is children. These are kids. How do you justify that and say that it's okay for them to be talking about kids like this?
And this is what's shocking. I think a lot of the stuff is like, this is where we're coming from. If you guys, heard us talk about a little bit of the Acolyte, how we're toxic and all stuff, a lot of the stuff that, and we show Zelda, new Metroid, they have women protagonists now. We don't care. But what we do care is when you put like a certain agenda or a certain thing in there to where you're like, come on, man, you're just, you can remember that they used to say, let your freak flag fly or something. And it's like, we don't care if you let your freak flag fly. Just don't do it in front of kids and don't do it with kids. That's where we draw the line. It just makes it really weird and it's sick. And you're like, what? I mean, this is a reason why certain things may be hindered because we're like, can I trust it?
What's very strange is that the same people that are doing this weird stuff are the same people calling out someone like Drake for his inappropriate relationships, like with Millie Bobby Brown, but then they turn around and say this is okay because it's a cartoon and it's not real.
That's just crazy.
It's the same people. It's like, no, it's still wrong to talk about that because it's children.
How hard is that?
Oh my gosh. And
right?
then it's because I don't know, that's why we break the narrative with a lot of different things. Like that's why I put up a tweet the other day comparing the Acolyte to House of the Dragon and their scores on Rotten Tomatoes, because you could argue that we should hate House of the Dragon by their reasoning because the leads are two women. And I saw people trying to make an excuse for that and say, oh, it's because those two women are still white women. You guys hate the Acolyte because it's a black woman. And it's like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, we have leads in House of the Dragon who are also, they're black characters. The Valerians, their entire family, they're all black, and we have no issue with that. A lot of the fans have no issue with that. We're like, it's a great show. They're written well. The actors are amazing. We have no issue with that. But no, they can't let you believe that. They're like, no, you guys should hate this show too because of the women and the people of color. And it's like, no. No, do you not see the difference that one show is written and acted very well and the other one is just trash?
Right. I mean, talk on that because this is the narrative. The narrative is we hate people. I hate that people of color thing. It's like you hate people of color. I'm like, right now, I'm sorry, folks. Two people of color are talking about show that we don't care what they include. We don't have to be seen in it, but we don't mind if you include, like they did in House of the Dragons, where it makes sense. You told it in a story. You crafted it well. The characters are well acted, well directed, well written. And then you have the opposite, which is you put so-called people of color on the Acolyte, where we as the people of color are seen as we're the bad guys now, because we're like, you guys wrote us horribly, you portrayed us terribly, you have us badly directed and badly acted and badly written, and we're supposed to be happy? How's that? Makes sense.
But then that's the weird thing, though, because they're always talking about their diversity, and yet I never see any Latinos in any of their stuff.
Oh, no. So Yorn is Latino. He says, I think, isn't he half Latino, Filipino?
Is he? I thought
Yeah.
that.
I mean, Filipino. It's like he's one of us.
Well, Filipino's not Latino.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much. They were invaded by Spain. That counts. Totally counts. You know how many Spanish words?
I don't know. They're reaching with that. To me, it's Latin American. Because by that logic, I don't know. That doesn't count to me. I guess they just gave us Andor because Andor obviously is Diego Luna.
Yeah, Andor was Diego Luna.
Because he's Mexican, but and everything else, they're like, no, we don't need any Latinos, because I don't think we had anybody in Ahsoka, so they're telling us that, like, no, it's time that people see themselves in these shows, and I'm like, I haven't seen a Latina with red hair, so
well, actually, no, there was. I think there is somebody. I don't know. I don't know if he's Latino. Is he? Is he not? Do we know
who
if this fellow is Latino? And if he is, we got some explaining to do, Lucas. You know?
Oh my gosh. Oh man, please don't tell. Oh geez. If he is Latino, then they're stereotyping us.
is this Latino representation? The Acolyte?
I forgot about this guy. Oh no. Do we know what his name is or what his background is? Oh man. It's
some people call it Jedi diabetes.
Your diabetes.
Yeah, Jedi-betes. I like the one who says that he thought croissant was a flaky pastry.
That's so roasted.
Roasted.
But like freaking, it's because it's Disney. They're the ones that get the characters roasted. It's not us.
Yeah, we're not. You guys are roasting yourselves. Pues Filipinos son Latin Asia. See?
You're trying to tell me that he is a Jedi. Like, I don't believe it. I'm sorry. I can't.
Why are you such a hater?
Order 60 Big Mac.
Yeah. You didn't think that was?
Oh my god!
No. See, they put us in there, and this is what happens.
The next one.
Oh my gosh! His blood sugar count is higher than the midichlorians.
Oh my god! Y'all are wild. This is why I love
crazy. This is like the chat is always right.
Yes,
he's supposed to use the midichlorians, not eat them.
This is why I love the chat, because they're always coming in with all the good jokes. Poor diabetes. Yeah. Okay. I guess I stand corrected, guys. They did put us in the show, but
we belong.
But you know,
we're part of the force.
They're not even doing anything, just hanging around.
Yeah, just hanging out in the corner. Kyoto Holmes. Yeah. We're gonna check out. See, I got my recorder. Yeah, I'm checking out the.
Oh my god.
Mírale, vato. Hay unos 4 tacos in the next galaxy, Holmes. what you're gonna
Oh my
want to
gosh.
do is you want to pass La Brea and, and head down. And you know, this little comadre, she's selling tamales on the right side and on the left side.
Yeah, Star Wars is now LA.
Star Wars is now LA. That's what happens.
You've got your lesbian witch coven. You've got your
Yes.
Mexicans in the corner with the tacos.
That's all it is. It's LA.
It's
They made
LA.
it LA.
Oh no.
The bad thing is they made it LA so much, so now tacos are gonna be like $7. You know, it's like
We figured it out, guys.
they
It's
figured it out. Now it's up. Now he just have. Paulie said it's tamale gin. That's what it is. Yeah, see, we got it. Kiko Review says Star Wars is now South LA.
We figured it out, guys.
That's how. Now we know. See, now everything makes sense.
Now it makes sense.
Now
Now
it
it
makes sense. Now it makes sense. It's all LA. Now, but wait a minute. You know what's wrong with this picture? If it's LA and he's selling those tacos, where are the black gloves? You know,
Oh, yeah.
He needs to have the black gloves so your tacos are $8. You know, tacos. You know, yeah, the and they have to, right? They have to say cabeza. We have delicate cabeza force tacos with some Yoda avocado spuma.
The guac is extra.
The wok is definitely extra. You're gonna need a thread for the wok.
Oh my gosh. We're like roasting the heck out of LA, and I think Polly lives in California.
Yeah, Paulie lives there. Sorry, Paulie.
Sorry, Polly. Polly can confirm if we're on track.
Okay. But you know it's the same everywhere. I mean, in Vegas, we have the fancy taco shops that is like, you know, this is stuff, you know, mostly white folks at the front. And you're like, oh yeah, so we have, I kid you not. I went, oh, that's messed up, man. That's messed up. That ain't right. That ain't right. That's inaccurate. This is midnight set in Espanol. That would mean the carnitas are strong with this one. That's what that would be.
Oh man, this is so hilarious. Sorry, I'm like losing it with everybody in the chat.
It's just
But you know what? You're right. It's even gotten here too. We have this taco place that. Okay, I'll admit it. I like it.
See, you're part of the problem, Lily. How much are the tacos?
I am part of the problem. These tacos are overpriced and they make them out of really weird things because, you know, you have to be vegan or vegetarian. Or my cousin was actually the one that took me, and I was like, girl, I wouldn't say these are the best tacos I've ever had, because you know that the best tacos come from like either a little streetcar or some place that's hidden somewhere where they haven't cleaned the grills in like years.
That's seasoning. That's called seasoning.
Yeah, that's seasoning, but it's decent. But yeah, that's the kind of tacos that would be in Star Wars that are overpriced, made out of mushrooms instead of actual meat.
No manches, Lily. You're part of the problem.
I know, I'm part of the problem.
See, that's what it is. It's like Carnitas Kenobi. His lightsabers made out of pork.
Oh, pobrecito gordito. You guys are so mean.
Pero si fuera la familia sería la misma, porque toda la familia siempre dice, ay, mi hijo, te estás haciendo gordo. No, mejor ponte en la dieta. Y luego viene la abuela y dice, hey, ¿comiste? ¿Ya comiste? You know? But I'm telling you, my wife took me to this one place in Vegas, and that's what I made the joke about avocado spuma. I did not know that was a thing.
It is a thing.
It is a thing. They have avocado spuma. And I'm like, what the heck? Spuma, if you guys don't know, means like foam, frost, you know, like, you know, from like the sea, like sea foam and stuff. So this is like, they fluff up the avocados into like some kind of molecule like fluff or something. And that's what you get on the plate. And I think I guarantee you these tacos were like 30 something bucks. And I'm like, why are we even here? That's messed up. Hey, don't say that out. Don't say that in LA, because there are Latin kings. There's Latin kings out there.
Yeah, no, definitely don't say that.
Don't say that. I'm trying to save you right here. You know, I'm trying to save. See, watching Midnight Legend in Espanol can save your life.
For sure.
That's messed up.
Oh my gosh. And you know what? I haven't even shown this to the rest of my family. I need to show them this Jedi.
You have to, because
family, this is a Jedi. They're all gonna
look now seeing. Yeah.
Oh man. Pobrecito. You see what I mean? It Disney. Why are they gonna put someone in there for them to get roasted?
That's the problem. They don't even see that people are gonna roast them. You know, people are gonna roast them. You know that you put this out there, and you're saying, oh well, you know, people are gonna. How do you think people? These are people. Have you ever been on the internet? You know.
Exactly. Plus, oh no. Oh no. He does look a little Hispanic. I think we found our representation.
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
I felt like, yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It's so wrong. It's like we're finally represented, you know, and then we get this. This is Star Wars, and this, you know, you wonder why we roast your show. You know, this is why. This is Darth Pastor.
Star Wars in LA. God.
Oh man, it's like, oh man, is he Samoan? I don't know.
I don't know. Now I need to look it up, because now I need to know.
Now it's like that's messed up. I'll take a. You know, wait a minute. This is a mist. This is a myth, like Taco Bell, like franchise thing. Because you're like, can I have one Darth Bell Grande, you know, and make it extra crispy sticks, you know?
Seriously, Kino, you need to turn that into a meme. That's gonna explode. That is so
yes.
Good.
That is. Lily's gonna have to culturally appropriate that. You know,
yes. If you make that and you put that up, I will retweet it, because that's hilarious. Oh my god,
that's such a missed opportunity. You go to Hola Taco Bell. Sí, me da una hora de Darth Bell Grande, por favor, con extra burrito y salsa.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
You had literally one job, Star Wars, and you messed it up. Instead of force push, uses force roly-poly.
Oh my gosh. I really, really want to see him fight. Like, give us a fight. Do it, Disney.
But see, this is the problem. It's missed opportunity. We could have had a whole jet. We already are writing a better Star Wars with just this one character that you guys put in there in the corner. We already have a whole series.
Oh my goodness.
Don't you feel represented, Lily? I'm sorry, so that would be wrong.
Now I need to go find out for sure if he's
this is gonna be the thing. Wow.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, chat, for the laugh, because oh my gosh. After having to put up with the Acolyte, I needed a good laugh. I mean, that show makes me laugh too, but it's also making me laugh so that I don't cry.
I'm telling you, now we are finally represented in Star Wars. We finally get our due. See, Lily, you thought we weren't in there. We're in there. We're not
Yeah,
only
we
represented, we're represented with gusto. We're extra. We're accented.
Oh my gosh. Now I need to take all of these characters from the Acolyte and all these worlds and put them like on a map of LA where all these people are. Where you can find everyone.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So basically do a tour of tacos with Star Wars, you know, it's like the Force taco tour, you know? It just can't. You kind of go like, oh my gosh, we didn't do this, Star Wars. You did this to us. You know, we were trying to you know, to be nice, to treat you guys nice, but this is what you did. You put us in there. And Lily, I think I found footage of him fighting.
Oh no.
Yeah. So there's actual footage. I didn't know about this. This was taken not too long ago. I'm gonna see. No. So I think I found some footage of him using the Force and basically battling Darth Vader, actually.
Oh no.
So yeah, this is Anakin. This is you called for this. This is actually something that happened, and I don't know if you saw them. This is him fighting. So this is Jedi Beaties in full force.
Oh my God, he's battling an Ewok.
Yeah, so he's battling it. So, you know, it's basically the Ewok gives him the lightsaber, and
oh no.
yes, yeah.
And then he goes and gets. Oh
yeah,
no.
Oh yeah. So yeah. This is. I mean, he was out there fighting in the trenches, and we didn't even know it. You know, it's like it's out there. This is, you know. Yeah, guys, the sneak peek at Acolyte, you know, episode 5. Yeah, see, he met Vader too. He Vadered. And I'm not playing the music, guys, because it's, you know, it's the music is ridiculous. Yeah, but
we're not trying to give Disney more reasons to to go at us.
Oh, but this is so funny. This is one of those things where somebody hands somebody something and they chase him and stuff, and I thought was hilarious. But here we are. The first.
Would not have fought him, and I would not have run. I would have pledged myself to Darth Vader. And joined.
You would have been like Lord Vader.
Yes, Lord Vader.
Oh,
like
man,
I did when I was actually at Disneyland.
Did you do that? Did you have like the one where you're like?
I did. I was wearing a Darth Vader t-shirt, so when he saw me, I forgot what he told me because I was so excited. It was like being a little kid again. And see, like, this is why the fans want all this stuff like done correctly. It brings back memories. It makes us kids again. Like when I walked in and like, I know, I'm aware it's an actor, whatever. Poor actors are probably like, oh my God, all these nerds. They're so weird. But yeah, I walked in and like he saw my Darth Vader t-shirt and like he told me something that like he approved or whatever. And then when I was in there, I was like, oh my gosh, it's like freaking Darth Vader. Like, can I be your
Padawan?
What did I tell him? No, not Padawan. I told him, can I be your oh crap, I'm like forgetting the word. Why am I forgetting the word? The apprentice. I was like, can I be your Sith apprentice? And he was like, he said yes. So basically he made me his Sith apprentice. So I am Darth Vader's Sith apprentice. Yes, so we did the whole thing with pictures and everything. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is making me like be a kid again. Like, I love this so much.
That's
So they're
funny.
taking away all of these feelings. Yes, and it was so much fun because I think that day we also got to meet Chewbacca, and my friend's little baby, he loved Chewbacca. As soon as he saw him, he like ran over towards him and gave him a hug.
That's cute.
So
Well,
like, and I think
So-
we did go see Kylo Ren too.
Did you?
I was like,
I
he's
can't.
here. Yeah, I was like, he's here. Let's just go see him
Let's
too.
just go say hi. He's so
Yeah.
nice.
But no, Darth Vader was definitely.
So now we know, everybody. If you didn't know, Lily's part of the dark side. So,
Yes.
I wanted to end something fun, and I found this, and I thought this was cool. So I don't know how it's gonna work because it's one of those things where you're supposed to flip your phone thing, and I don't know how this works, but let's see. I think let me put the sound. Well, in case, and let's see how it goes. Cool as this. So it's basically, this is how I imagine Lily's wedding is gonna be.
Yeah. I'm gonna battle my husband.
Right? And you
Yeah.
see you're a Sith in this. I thought this is perfect. You got, but do you change into a black wedding outfit?
Cool.
Right? I thought that's kind of cool. I was like, oh my gosh, this is definitely like Lily's jam right there. I would be like, that's totally it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I have my ideas for my wedding. I'm not gonna say because I don't want anyone to steal it. Super nerdy. That's all I can say.
It's super nerdy.
That was cool.
Yeah. So, Lily, would you tell folks where you're gonna be?
Well, you guys can find me here on Wednesdays. We're gonna be talking about what's going on with the Acolyte next and House of the Dragon and whatever other things come up. So definitely don't miss out on that. And you can also find me doing shorts on this channel as well. So look out for those too. And I do have a Thursday show that I do with some friends of mine. So Magitech Mags, who is in the chat, she's on our panel as well. So definitely go check us out on Thursdays. It's at 8 Eastern. All of the information we posted the day of the show. So just look for the post. And if anything else comes up, just check out my Twitter, my X, and it's at 300 Mirrors. And of course, you guys see all of my madness. I'm letting all the intrusive thoughts win. I'm posting however I'm feeling on Twitter, and apparently that's been going crazy. I'm starting several fires everywhere with the chats. Like in the replies, everyone is so angry and battling each other. So it's been very entertaining. So yeah, just follow me and I'll put up what's happening.
All right, guys, and you'll see us next week, next Wednesday, right after Midnight's Edge. And please subscribe and share the stream. And if you could, after the stream is done, if you could please leave a comment right underneath, that helps out. And Lily, so let's go find some very expensive chutacos.
Now I want tacos for sure.
Right? Now I want tacos too. All right, guys, go get some tacos. See you next week.
Yay!